it over where you are?
So right now it's 5 p.m.
Oh, good. Okay, so I didn't catch you like in the middle of the night or
No,
something.
no, 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 no,
Cool. It's like I'm
no,
talking
yeah.
to someone from the future.
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because we're obviously ahead. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, as you know, our very own DJ JC has been playing your songs in his after hours mix show, so I thought it would be fun to get to know you a little bit. Can
Right.
you
Well.
start talking about like your story and how you started making music?
Yeah, sure. I mean, before I actually started doing music, I like properly. I mean, obviously, because it's all like everyone say from a young age, and it's like
Uh-huh.
yeah, it is. But I wasn't playing guitar when I was 3, so it's like it's like so you know what I mean. It's like no,
Yeah.
okay, like properly. I've started started singing covers and down in the south of France with my best friends, doing a little like tour in like pubs and stuff, singing actually English songs that I didn't know what they were about. It was just like pure, like, well, I was reading lyrics, but it was more phonetic than actually understanding. Anyway, so it was a kind of this thing. And then I just did a year of medicine, but it wasn't really like what I wanted to do. So then I moved to London and then I didn't speak English, so I had to learn English, so I could actually get by in the city. Well, I didn't speak French, and then I met my manager, who I still work with today. And then originally it was more, I was said to her, actually, I don't care what I sing. I
Yeah.
just want to be. I said I don't care what I sing. I just want to be famous, which obviously is that has changed a lot. I mean, obviously there is that that part of like being noticed, like recognized and respected. That's kind of like the equivalent of like me. But I hope that makes sense.
It does, and there ain't nothing wrong with that.
But and then obviously I started, because I used to play, guitar, a bit of piano, but I didn't really kind of like explore it. It was more like just sing a songwritery stuff. And then when I said that to my manager, she was like, "Oh yeah, okay." So I was singing someone else's song, and I went, "Actually, I want to sing my own songs."
Yes.
So then she allowed me to kind of like develop. So obviously, I know it obviously would have taken longer, and it's taking a little longer. But is I think it's more, to me, is it feels more authentic because obviously I'm producing my own stuff and I'm writing my own stuff. So she allowed me to kind of create stuff. So I was copying a lot of things, or Prince, Michael Jackson, by changing one notes, and I thought it was good. I was like, oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, that's just "Don't Stop Till It Again Enough," by Michael Jackson. I was like, but so that's how we kind of all started. Really, it was kind of like I discovered that I could actually put up a beat, put up a bass, put up some guitars, put up, and then I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this. I like doing that. And then obviously I like singing. So I was like, okay, what, can I sing on my own stuff? I was like, okay, well, Pharrell did it a little bit. Prince did it. So I was like, why not? I was like, okay. So, and that's how we kind of, yeah, I guess that's how it started. But yeah.
Yes, that's a great origin story. And flash forward to today, here we are. How did
Yeah.
you land on the name French Original for yourself?
So I didn't want to use my real name,
Yep.
because I just wanted to have that separation. I don't want my mum to call me by the name that people call me on stage, for example. Because I
Mhm.
didn't want it to get too you know f up, if because I'm guessing I can't swear, but
You can say
uh,
whatever you want.
okay. But yeah, because obviously I've seen a lot of documentaries, and how that ends up sometimes. It's not always, but it's I think it's dangerous. I think it's so I'd rather avoid it. So I was like, okay, so I want to change my name. I don't want to use my real name. So it's got nothing to do with my real name.
Mhm.
And I mean, so French original, if you actually separate some of the letters and stuff, it's like FR.OG,
Mhm.
which, as you know, I mean, it's not really a joke, but like we call the French people frog.
Yes.
So which I find quite that funny. And so I kind of like, I know it's not that cool, but I kind of thought it was like, so anyway. And then we just discussed, and I was like thinking and thinking, and one day I was like, French original, is that? And we were like, yeah, that's great. So let's do that. And and yeah, so that's my name, French. I don't know if that's a cool way of saying
I think
what
it's cool.
it's
I
just
think
that.
it's cool.
But I like the frog element to it. I just
Yes,
like I like that little bit of I don't know. I
for
don't know. I
sure.
don't find it offensive. It's just like, yeah, well, yeah, it's you know, anyway.
Absolutely. And I do think it is really important, as you mentioned, to kind of separate, who you are on stage versus who you are to like your mom or people you
Yeah,
know
I mean,
personally.
if you've got like, thousands of people calling
Hmm.
you by a name and then your mom say, "Oh, can you make me some tea?" or and you'd be like, well, it could be like, no, just make no, you could react in a way that you wouldn't,
Right,
you wouldn't want to, but
right.
it's I think it's a good balance to kind of to have and yeah, so yeah.
Absolutely. So your latest song, "Only for a Night," that's what JC has been playing in After Hours. What inspired you to put this track together?
So I get inspired by a lot of my friends, in terms of like storyline and I feel like, I've when I feel like when you make music, I don't really go out that much. So, it's kind of like I'm always most of the time in the studio making music. So I have to kind of, talk to my, when I talk to my friends and they're just telling me about their lives and their love lives and I'm like, okay, and I'm always listening. I'm like, oh, yeah, that could be cool in a song. So anyway, that's kind of like I was talking to one of my best friend and yeah, he was telling me how difficult it was, having this half of a relationship with someone that it's like when you kind of don't you like someone and you're into someone and that person you don't know if that person is into you, but
Yeah.
she or he or they give they kind of give you a taste and then they leave and then they come back and then and leave and you're like, what is this like? We that's why it's only kind of for a night, only for a day, and then you're like, what's this? What is going on? Do you want to go further or do you want to? So that's what it is.
And it is your own vocals on this track as well, right?
Yeah. So at the moment it is, but you know how we in the dance, pop music or dance music, we tend to pitch down
Yep.
the vocals. So it's always got even on the previous ones as well. It's I tend to sing on my own stuff.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
I think it's cool, but yeah. So I didn't sing on myself, and I pitched it down. But I've got a lot of more stuff that is my real voice. So it's kind of yeah, and I'm looking forward to those ones with you can hear my real voice. But yeah, so
Awesome.
yeah,
Well, obviously, we love the track, and in addition to being played in the mix, I saw it was also on the Travis Mills show.
yeah, yeah.
That's so
I
cool.
was yeah, I was
Congratulations.
yeah, I was happy about that. I was like, it feels good. When you've got when it's all new to you I mean it's all new to me kind of and you get people that are not in your family circle and then or your manager or your team or whatever and they give you some attention
Hmm.
and say, oh, I really like this song, and you're like, oh, it's like it means a lot more than a follow or a like, to be honest
Yes,
with you. So
100%. How did you discover that your song was going to be in the show?
uh what my manager told me. So
Good.
yeah, and yeah, and I was yeah, that's how I don't know how it happened, but I know that my manager said, listen, your track is going to be supported by the Travis Mills show. So yeah, that's how I discovered. And yeah,
That's a big deal. That's
well,
really cool.
yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah,
In addition to yourself, France has really blessed us with some amazing acts. Daft Punk, David Guetta. Who would you say are some of your biggest influencers?
uh, I think obviously Daft Punk influences
Hmm.
the whole disco, you know, dance. That's definitely a big one. Then in terms of like French artists, that I mean, I like a lot of French artists, but influence wise, I don't think a lot of them are Americans more than
That's okay.
yeah. So Pharrell,
Yep.
Michael Jackson, I like the songwriters like Max Martin,
Hmm.
um, Quincy Jones. Yeah, I mean, the list is long. Prince. The list is very long, but
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of them are. I'm influenced a lot by you lot.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, it's but with a bit of Frenchiness in it is, I think it's cool, and and Daft Punk were influenced by a lot of Americans artists. So I think I think yeah, America has a big influence on my music. It's
Yes. We got to
so yeah.
get you out here one of these days, French original.
Well, I love to. It's been I go to LA a lot. I mean, I know it's not in the state of Maine, but
But still, that counts.
yeah. So I tend to go there every year, for writings and sessions, but I'd love to, I'd love to visit a bit more. I know New York and Miami and LA,
Yes.
but then I'd like to know more about, like I've never been to. I didn't know what it was before, and I was like checked it out, and obviously it's near Canada, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this is cool, and I checked like the whole architecture and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I was like, oh, this is nice. Feels quite wintry.
It is quite wintry. We do have like 6 months of winter, which are torture, but all the other
Right,
months
right.
are gorgeous. Like our summers here, wouldn't trade it for anything. It's just so beautiful here.
But I was gonna say in winter it must be quite pretty because it looks very like it looks sick. Like I can imagine like Christmas stuff and looking very nice though.
It is. Christmas is nice, and then come like mid-January, we're over it. But it is not, as long as you don't have to drive in it, it's not that bad.
Right, right, right. And is it near Massachusetts then?
Is it near what?
Is it how you say it?
Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. We're
Right.
just about like an hour and a half away from Boston.
Because I mean, I don't know if that's interesting. I find it very interesting, but a lot of my family, because I'm actually like probably 10% French. So I was born in France. I lived there for 20 years, and now I'm kind of go back and forth between the UK and France. But my family is all French and stuff. But I realized that you go a little bit back, and then so they were a lot of one side of the family were English, but English that then went to America.
Oh, okay.
They were on one of those boats that and
Wow.
then I've discovered that I know you probably know her. That I had no idea who she was before, but so I'm actually related to Susan B. Anthony,
Yes.
who's so basically they were all in the Massachusetts kind of area,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. It's kind of like
You should
so
be.
yeah,
That's wicked cool.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's what
So
we say
I
in New England. Wicked cool.
but yeah, I mean, I was like, and I thought it was really interesting, and so yeah, I mean, when you look back, most of my family were Americans. So
Wow. Well, that just means for sure we got to get you out to New England for a show one of these days.
well, I'd love to. I'd love to.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, I'd love to do some shows and yeah. I mean, when it opens up,
Absolutely.
it'll be nice. But yeah.
Yes. One of these days for sure. How would you describe your sound to someone who's maybe never listened to your music ever before?
So it's out. I don't. Currently it's definitely leaning toward the dance world. So it's pop dance.
Mhm.
Because it's still like kind of a pop song structure, verse, pre-chorus, and then over a dance beat. So yeah, I think at the moment it's currently dance pop, and then I've got more stuff coming that's slightly more electro pop.
Yeah.
So
Oh, fun.
yeah, and it's so yeah, that's what it is. So you can dance to it and you can sing along to it.
Yes, that's just what the doctor ordered. That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, so
And obviously things are still kind of starting to open up, but I've seen in the meantime you've been doing a lot of streaming on Twitch.
I have, yeah. So
When
that's
can
that's
people
been
find you on there?
sorry, what?
When can people find you on there? What have you been doing on there?
Oh, right. So yeah, so it was great because it allowed me to because obviously there's no shows, so it was all closed, so that really was a good kind of a thing that happened to me, and yeah, so I've kind of been writing and doing what I do normally
Mhm.
with other people or on my own except I've got people watching. So it's it and you can talk to those people, and then
Right.
it's kind of, it was good because it was for me kind of the first time I was interacting with, I think I can say fans,
Yeah, you should say fans.
and it was really, I was like, oh, okay, and I could, I started to understand a little bit more about. I mean, obviously it's early days, but about how to manage the, a conversation with someone that, like, like you, and in terms of like fans, if you want,
Right.
and it's not easy. Hey, Haley, I didn't know it was that gonna be like this.
It's harder
Because
than it looks.
I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be famous. Yeah, all right, okay, but actually, I mean, obviously it's a smaller scale, but it's kind of like, all right, because there's some days you don't want to talk to anyone,
Right.
but you have to. Not today, no, no, no. I'm cool talking to.
Yeah.
I'm really happy talking to you, but sometimes and you have to manage that kind of like, feeling.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I've been writing a lot on Twitch, and recording, and it's yeah, it's been good. It's been good. So
Good.
I do it slightly less often now. I'm only doing it once a week, but because I just need to have more writing sessions with other people, and it just free me up a little bit to be more flexible,
Yes.
because
Well,
it requires quite a lot of energy,
yes, it
because
does.
it's
And
like, yeah,
I feel like what you were saying about Twitch also relates to radio a lot too, with the idea where you have to be on whether you
right,
want to be that day or not.
yeah, I think that's and it's good practice, because also the speaking, being kind of quick to reply to, because you've got people asking questions, and you just, you're like, okay, and then being like, my first language is French, and obviously I can speak English, but yeah, it's been good practice, so now I'm actually clear while I'm talking to you.
Yeah, and you sound great.
Well, that's good, thanks. You sound good too as well.
Oh, thank you.
you
Now
know
that Only for a Night is out, are there any other projects that you're currently working on that you're excited about?
Yeah, so there is a track that I'm singing on, and it's going to be with Noel Holler and Fedi Legrand. I don't know if you know one of those two guys. Do you
I
remember
know, but I can't wait to.
Fedi Legrand did that track? I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna. He did that track with that bass thing, like. Do
Okay.
you know
It sounds familiar.
that?
I like your rendition.
Yeah, so that's come. So that's coming out on the 17th of September, and it's still me pitched down. And so and then we're just planning my next track. So it'll be after that,
That's
after the 17th.
awesome.
So yeah, it's busy.
Plenty of things to look forward to. Staying busy, we got to, right?
I know, I know, I know.
That's great.
It's yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say you. Yeah, I'm sure you're busy too. So
You know, I like it that way. It keeps us out of trouble, right?
it's true. That's true.
Last but certainly not least, French original. Here in Maine, we have a state motto that is the way life should be. So I want to know, according to you, what is the way life should be?
Can you repeat that for me, please?
Yes, so the way life should be. Every state here has like their own little motto. So according to you, how do you feel the way life should be?
I think respect others. I think that's kind of respect others, and yeah, there's no need to be cruel, and we can all be friends and all enjoy life, and
Yes.
yeah, I say yeah, respect each. We need to respect each other more, I think, and yeah, no need to be nasty.
Yes. Oh, I love that. No need to be nasty. That's a good blanket rule.
I don't know, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I like
but
that.
yeah, I felt like throughout this year of like you know, protests and all these like, COVID, and it's like, all right, can we just chill a little bit and be nice to each other, and then just like, just come and hang, and just let's be friends.
I love that. That was perfect, French original. Thank you
That's good.
so much. It was so
Well,
great to meet you. And
yeah,
of course, we'll keep spinning your song in the mix and hopefully have you here one day.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'd love. Well, I mean, if I'm around, I'll definitely let you know. And yeah, I'd love
Amazing.
to. I'd love to.
Yes,
I'd,
and got to go visit where your ancestors were in Massachusetts.
right? I know. Yeah, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, it's just yeah, yeah, definitely.
One of these days, knock on wood, sooner rather than later, French original. Until we
Yeah,
meet again,
yeah. All right, cool.
take care of yourself.
Take care. All right, thank you very much.